Okay, now let's solve the function when we have a values for a, b, and c. Remember, our general function equals a, in this case cosine, of bx plus c plus d. And now we have values for a, values for b, and values for c. We are missing just d. But remember, we have here a 0. So the 2 represents my amplitude. And I start filling the information from the list here. Amplitude equals 2. If I don't have any phase shift in vertical, my amplitude equals my range. So I grab the same amplitude in negative and in positive. If I don't have anything next to the function, I don't have any domain, so all the values that I can replace the x are the real numbers. And then I also have the information for the frequency. In this case is 2. With the frequency I can get the period that equals 2 pi over 2, and 2 divided by 2 equals 1 what? Pi. And then I need to find the constant, and this one is very easy since I need to divide pi over 4. So that's one constant. That is your constant. So my first point is not, this time is not going to be the quarter. Why? Because I have this little number. And yes, it includes a pi. Remember, in order to get the c, or the first point, I need to use a formula that equals negative c of b. In this one, I have a negative number, so I will use parentheses just to make clear things. Negative c, that equals negative pi over 2, divided by b, that b equals 2. So negative times negative equals positive, but I still need to divide this thing. So I have a half divided by 2, and I will write a 1. So it's 1 times 1 equals 1, and 2 times 2 equals 4. So I will have a quarter of pi, or pi over 4. So my first point, I will write it here, is going to be pi over 4. And then I need to find out my 4 points. I only find my start point. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. What do I need to add to this one? My constant, that equals a quarter. So I have a quarter plus a quarter equals 2 quarters. And 2 quarters equals a half. So here I have pi divided by 2. And then 2 quarters plus a quarter equals 3 quarters. And now I have 3 quarters of pi. Then 3 quarters plus a quarter is going to be 4 quarters, and 4 quarters equals 1. So in this one is pi. Finally, pi, or 4 quarters plus a quarter, equals 5 quarters. This is going to be my last one. Why now I have 5 points? Easy, because this one is my start point. Because of this little one, I will need to start my graph in another point. In this case, it's in this one. So I will use the same value in order to get that value of 0. My y is going to be here. And here. How do I know? Easy. My quarter minus a quarter is going to be 0. But I need to start here. And my amplitude equals 2. So let's graph it. It's 1, 2, and with negatives, -1, -2. When I have all the values for x and all the values for y, now I'm able already to graph. My start point is going to be this one. The second point is going to be this one. My third point is going to be this one. And fourth and fifth. What do I need to do next? Start joining the points. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is the first period with the phase shift. And I can fill all the information here. But in order to get the y-intercept, I need to start another cycle. Since I keep the same distance, I know that the next point is going to be this one. And then I just continue the graph. And now I'm able to fill all the information. My zeros is going to be, remember that zeros equals when y equals 0. So my first one is 0, 0. Then pi over 2, 0. And finally, pi, 0. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. And now I know, since I just fill the information here of the graph, that when x equals 0, y also equals 0. Maximum point, I still have 2. That equals pi over 4, 2, and 5/4 of pi, 2. Minimum point, I only have one, that is 3/4 of pi, -2.